Oh, let's get the timer out where I can see it. There we go. All right, not much time. Hello everybody, welcome to Little Woolly Things. My name is Wendelica Klein and I am your host. This is a knitting and crocheting podcast, and I also talk about coffee roasting because I love roasting coffee. It's a new, well, sort of new obsession of mine. I've been doing it for about a year, and today I'm actually not talking about coffee, mostly because today is December 7th, which means we have 18 days left until Christmas, right? And I like to knit a lot. I have a large family, so lots of Christmas projects in the works. So yeah, this podcast episode is going to be a hot mess, mostly like a vlog rather than a normal podcast episode. Just to kind of give you an idea of all the stuff that I have going on right now. I actually have to leave in 48 minutes for orchestra with my kiddos. So I have a timer going, and if I'm glancing down occasionally, it's just to see how much time I have left to spend with you before I have to go. So I'm going to attempt to get as much said as possible here before we have to leave. If necessary, I might finish this episode in my car waiting outside of orchestra for my older daughter to get finished with her rehearsal. So we shall see. All right, here goes. We are going to start with not coffee. I normally start with coffee, but today we are going to start with some podcast love. Everybody is doing these wonderful Vlogmas episodes leading up until Christmas. I am not, because I really don't have time for that. But I just wanted to mention some of the Vlogmas podcasters that I've been following, and I'm actually watching them every single day, which is kind of fun. And I really appreciate that they're like 10 minutes or 15 minutes long, and so I can get one in here and there in between all the other things that I have going on. So I wanted to mention in particular Lacey of the Knitted Cupcake. She has a lot of fun stuff going on in her life. Hi, Lacey! And also Levi of WTF Knitting. I watch him every day. And Joanna of Stitching the High Notes. Those are the three that I watch without fail every day. I catch some others here and there as I have time, but I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys, and if you haven't seen their podcasts, check them out. They're doing some fun stuff, and it's kind of neat to get an extra glimpse into their lives as we're all working into the holidays. So let's move right into whips before I have to go. 46 minutes left. Okay, so I am working on a cowl. And I want to show it to you guys because I have had some issues with this, and I don't even know what happened, but I just had trouble with it. So anyway, I ended up ripping it all out and starting over again. And here is, it's just a simple lace pattern. I started it with a garter stitch border down here. It's got button bands, so I got my buttonholes on this side, and on this side I have the other side of the button band, of course, right here. And this is just stockinette. I'm going to give it a ribbon backing, I think, to stabilize it. And I've actually finished all of the lace part, and I'm just doing another garter stitch edging at the top. So it's just going to be a nice, you know, drapey cowl. I am using, oh, what yarn is this? I bought it at Michael's. It is an acrylic yarn, and it is called Woolike. I believe it's by Loops and Threads. So it's just going to be soft, drapey, comfy, a little bit of extra warmth around the neck. And you can unbutton it and wear it just as a scarf, or you button it up and wear it as a cowl. So I hope that the recipient loves this. This is going to be a Christmas gift, of course, because 99% of my knitting right now is gift knitting. Okay, so the next project I'm going to show off, my next whip, is, oh, it's not in here. It is, where did I put it? I think it's in my other bag. Hold on. Okay, I found it. Yay! This is in my Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted gift right here. And this is done by Bella of Crochet 2 Knit 1, I think. I think that's her Instagram name. Anyway, this is the first handmade project bag I have ever had, and I love it. It's just very, very well made. I love the little handle, little wrist strap here. Got a nice zipper, and I have a bunch of really awesome projects in here. It's so big. I've got four projects in here. Awesome. Super happy. Okay, so this is what I am going to call a ho 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 ho, because it is a half-finished object that is going to be a Christmas gift. So I have the first half of a fingerless glove, well, it is the first half of a pair of fingerless gloves minus the thumb. I still need to work the thumb. And this pattern is called Ishbel and Elena mitts, and this is the Elena version. And if you are part of my family or know my family, you know who that's going to. And this is the cuff for mitt number 2. So I figure minus the thumb on the first mitt plus the cuff on the second mitt makes it half, right? Okay, so there is ho 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 number 1. All right, now the next whip I'm going to show you is kind of large. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually get this into the camera well or not, but I'll try. Okay, so I hear my dogs barking at the chickens out there. Hopefully that's not too distracting for you guys, because I don't have time to go out and shush him. Okay, so this is the beginning of a basket. I am crocheting with 3 yarns held together, and they're bits, odds and ends out of my stash. This one feels very woolish. Somebody gave it to me, so I didn't have a label, already wound into a ball, but it feels like a non-washable wool. That's what it feels like. And then I'm crocheting around some cotton clothesline that my husband brought home from work for me. So I have an awful lot of this clothesline to crochet around. This is a cotton, and I don't remember the brand, but I got it at Hobby Lobby. And then the red that's in this, the red color, is something I picked up at Michael's, and I think it's called Homespun, maybe? It's a very bumpy boucle, and I actually used up a whole skein in this much of the basket, and I am on my way to Michael's before orchestra to pick up some more, because I really want this to be like, you know, laundry basket size, so I'm going to need more yarn. Anyway, we'll see. I want to put some nice handles on the sides of it so that you can, you know, pick it up. Well, the memory card on my camera was full, so I just had to take a break and delete some stuff off of it. Hopefully I've got enough room to finish this. We'll see. And I have 38 minutes left. Alright, so next on my list, oh yes, I don't know if you guys have followed the Scrap Vent 2017 Knit Along. This is hosted by probably Jane, and I will put her Instagram username on here somewhere. She started this as a way to use up some leftover scraps, and it's a more economical option for those of us who just could not afford to buy one of those really cool Advent yarn calendars. So I heard about this and jumped on the bandwagon because, you know, I love keeping things within budget, and anything that uses up all those little scraps is great, you know. What a great idea. And it's been fun posting the pictures of my scrappy socks every day, so I feel like I get to be a part of all of it. This is where I am so far. I am doing 1 sock at a time instead of 2 socks, so I'm doing 2 stripes each day instead of one stripe on each sock each day. I have not decided yet if I want to make my socks match. I'm thinking probably not, because this patterned section right here is an opal, and this is more of the same of that opal. And when I get to the second sock, it's going to be in a completely different series of colors in the skein, and it's not going to match. This gray here, I don't think I have enough of to do a second sock, and this one, this toffee color, I'm pretty sure I don't have enough of that one for the second sock. This pink here is a hand spun yarn that I spun myself, and it's just pinks and grays kind of blended together. I'm really happy with the way that knitted up. I spun it a really long time ago, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. But I thought, you know, this is a chance to just knit up a little swatch, kind of, and see what happens with it. And I really like it. I might have to knit some more with this. It is definitely a chunkier yarn than the fingering weight sock yarns that I've used for the rest of the sock. But when I put it on, everything stretches out and evens out, and it's actually comfortable. I wasn't sure how it was going to feel, but it actually did work out nicely. So that's my project so far on Scrap Vent 2017. I have not done my knitting for today yet, so this evening I will do 2 more stripes. These are my Chowgu red double point, or circular, excuse me, not double points, circular needles. I have 2 9-inch needles working together here. I tried working with a single 9-inch needle, and I just really don't like the way it stretches out the stitches and stuff. I really like doing the 2 circular needle method, because it doesn't stretch out these stitches right here. It really doesn't much at all. Certainly less than using a set of double point needles, because the cables are so flexible. And I love Chowgus for their cables. They're just awesome. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else has ever tried this method with the 2 9-inch circs, but it works. It's not my favorite method, because I prefer a longer needle to hold on to. I think 2 12-inch circs is probably my my method of choice for working on a single sock. But anyway, this is what I had handy to grab just to start my little scrappy sock project. Here's my bag of scraps, and you know, I've got quite a variety in there. And I plan on doing some more stash diving to dig out some other scraps. They're just going to be totally crazy and unmatching. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to move on to FOs. Let's see, things that I have finished. Things that I have finished that I'm really happy that my family doesn't watch my podcast for. Alright, so this is the cabled hat that I was working on last time I podcasted. It is finished, and I am really happy with how this turned out. Super happy. This is take 2 on this hat design, and actually, hold on a second, I'm going to go get take number 1 so you can see what I did first and then what I changed for this design. Okay, be right back. Okay, so here is cable hat number 1, and this one I did in an alpaca and silk tweed that I bought somewhere just outside of Ashland. I don't remember the name of the yarn shop. We were traveling, and I just Googled yarn stores near you, you know, and this one popped up. So my husband was very sweet and actually drove me down to the yarn shop and stood there while I oohed and awed and petted the yarns. So anyway, this was the yarn that I came home from the shop with. So he wanted a hat. He works at a hardware store. He manages a hardware store, and every once in a while he has to go outside and move stock around and do stuff, and he just wanted something to keep his head warm because he's getting a little thin on top. So he always wears a hat when he goes out, and so this was going to be a hat for him. But you can see it's very short. I have a smaller head than he does, and so it fits me pretty well. But he put it on and it was like way up here above his ears. So I was like, well, fine, it fits me. That works. But then he didn't have a hat to wear and he had to buy a hat. And every time I see the hat that he bought, I think, oh, I failed. I didn't make him a hat. It didn't work. So anyway, I decided to change my design a little bit. So this, I'll show you the cable. Here's the cable on the edge of this hat number 1. Hat number 2 has the same cable, but then I did an XO pattern at the top and the bottom of it, so it extended that band quite a bit. And then I picked up the hat part and just knit it out and then did little spiral decreases here. And it's much longer, you can tell. Much, much longer than the original hat. Yeah. So when I put this one on, I mean, this is definitely going to be long enough for him. I could even, you know, keep my bun in there without mashing it down. So I think he can pull this way down on his ears if he wants to, or pull it back and let it slouch. So I think this will work for him. And this one is knitted in Knit Picks. Oh, this is, which yarn is it? I feel like I do this every time I show off a project. It's like, oh, which yarn is it? I don't remember. This is the Rabbit Heather colorway. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I think I still have the ball band. It might be Stroll, maybe. I'll have to look and see. And then I'll put that in the show notes whenever I get around to editing this. Oh, 29 minutes. Okay. Let's move on. Oh, yeah. I have another FO to show you that I didn't get out. All right, be right back again. Okay, oh my goodness, I feel like such a hot mess. All right, so these are my turkey coma socks, and I got the yarn for these socks from Dragon Horde Fibers. And Tristan, I love your yarn. It's just, oh my goodness. I saw this yarn when she posted it on Instagram and I had to buy it. I was standing in the kitchen waiting for like noodles to boil or something, and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw this and went, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And so let me show you what I made with it. These are forever going to be my holiday socks. Look at that. I love it so much. This, I think this red is hedgehog fibers, and I think the color is called Sin. And this pecan color, that's the pecan that went into my scrappy socks. I'll show it to you up here where you can see it better. That is Malabrigo, and I bought it as a unicorn tail, so it was just a little mini. And then this green one is also a Malabrigo unicorn tail, and I don't remember the name of that colorway. So then I used them again up here, and I just love it. I 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 wore these for Thanksgiving. I have worn them out and about just because I love them so much. They are so fabulous. I used her, oh goodness, here I go again. Which base was it? Enchanted. It's her Enchanted sock base. It's got cashmere, so it's merino cashmere nylon blend, and it is so soft and so comfortable, and oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Tristan. Your yarn is great. Okay, now I already showed you my Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted bag, number 1. My second yarn wish, we're on to acquisitions now, by the way. My second yarn wish was another project bag, and this is by Growing Stitches on Ravelry, or not at Ravelry, on Instagram. And this is a very wide but not very tall project bag, and it is a really soft velvety fabric. I wish that you all could feel this because it's wonderful. She made this cute little beaded pull. Nice zipper, nicely done. And it has this cute fabric inside. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And this was I can't remember her first name. I'm sorry. I'll put it across here. Anyway, Growing Stitches made this bag for me. Oh, Sarah Strange. Sarah made this bag, and it's wonderful. So check out her Etsy shop, and it is Growing Stitches, I believe, on Etsy. Okay, so my other acquisition is this yarn from Barnyard Knits, and this is called Vintage. And I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. I have been drooling over Kim's yarns for months, wanting to buy something, anything, and I finally got this one. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards, 100 grams, and this is going to go into my So Faded sweater at the end of the holidays. After the holidays, when all the gift knitting is done. After Christmas, after my super secret project is released, then I will be able to show you the rest of my yarns for my So Faded sweater. I cannot show them to you now because they're still surprises for my other project, and I'm going to be using the leftovers from that to match my So Faded sweater. So I'm going to use, anyway, Vintage, and this is the rest of my turkey coma. They're almost identical, but not quite. This one's a little more white, and this, or the cream color, and this has a little more of the orange and brown specks in it. So I'm going to go from this very light one to this with a little bit more color, and then I'm going to go into gradually more colors as it goes down to fade. So I've got something to talk about after Christmas. You'll have to come back and see. Alrighty, so now, oh yes, speaking of Barnyard Knits yarn, I am going to show you the prizes for the Sneaky Gift Cowl that I am hosting. Now, the Sneaky Gift Cowl runs until January 1st, so I will be picking the winner from, I'm hoping if we have enough people taking part, I'm hoping to have enough to give a gift from the chatter thread and a gift from the finished objects thread. So far I have, as part of the prize packages, a Knitter's Pride Carbons circular needle in a size 2, and this one has a 24-inch cable. I also have a Noro Yarns skein of Noro, and this says Silk Garden Peach Pink Purple. So what is the content? Oh, it's 45% silk, 45% mohair, 10% wool. That's upside down, isn't it? There you go, Noro. That's part of my prize package. And I also have this cool kit of knitting accessories with point protectors, stitch markers. It looks like there's a yarn guide on there. There's some yarn snips, some tapestry needles, and one of these cool Flying V or W or whatever you call it, cable needles. There's just a lot of really cool stuff in here. There's a measuring tape. So, a nice handy little pack to throw in your knitting bag. So, then, to top it all off, I have a skein of Barnyard Knits. And this is in the Soho colorway. And it is so gorgeous. I want to keep this. I really, really want to keep this for myself. But she sent it to me as a donation for the giveaway for the knit along. And there's a cute little stitch marker in there. I'm not going to open this up because I just don't want anything to happen to it. I want it to all stay together. So that is the crowning glory of my prize package. So if you've ever wanted to try knitting something with Barnyard Knits, this is, I think, again, 75% superwash wool, merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards to 100 grams. So beautiful, beautiful hand-dyed skein of yarn. That there for whoever wins the knit-along prize. So you can go to my Ravelry group. It is called the Little Woolly Things Podcast group. And there are chatter threads, there's a giveaway thread, there's the FO thread for the sneaky gift cowl, and then, you know, that's a great place to ask me questions if you want to see me talk about something on the podcast, something in particular. If you would like to see a tutorial for some technique, let me know, and then I can work on that and get it recorded for you. And yeah, if you just want to chat and talk to me, that's a great place to do it. I check in with Ravelry at least once a day, so I should get back to you, you know, if you choose to speak with me. Hey, we had 2 people enter the giveaway for these stitch markers that I mentioned on the podcast last time. So y'all get a 50-50 chance of winning. Let's see who wins. We will go to a random number generator at random.org. And we will ask it to pick a number between 1 and 2. Or actually between 2 and 3, because the first comment, of course, was mine. Okay, and the answer is number 2. So, which of you guys was number 2? Let's find out. Number 2 is AngelicEmbers. Hooray! You won the giveaway for these cute little stitch markers by Knitty by Nature Shop. Here they are, if you can see that. The little snowman and the little snowflake. See if I can get it to focus. And some little stitch markers to match. So, let's see. Oh, the snowflake and the snowman are both progress keepers, if you can see that. So hooray! Congratulations, AngelicEmbers. I hope you enjoy. If you will message me, gosh, you could message me on Ravelry. That'd be a good place. Let me know your mailing address and I'll get these shipped out to you as soon as you let me know. Okay, great. Congratulations. So, thanks a lot. I will talk to you all next time. Have a wonderful Christmas. And, yeah, we'll be giving away the knit-along prizes in January. And that's coming up pretty soon. So, jump into the Ravelry group. Join the group, show me some pictures of what you're working on as your gifts, and if you've gone through to any great lengths to hide your projects from friends and family, I'd love to hear your stories. So, I will see you next time. Bye!